Hey, so I'm back. Yeah, I just had to take a little break. Sometimes talking about this stuff, it really starts to get to me, and then I'm just like shaking, and I just can't even deal with it anymore. But I really wanted to touch on a couple of more things. The Democratic Party loves stupidity. Like they love it. They eat it up. It's really working for them. Our stupidity is working for them so well. Not working. It's not working very well for us, but ignorance is bliss, right? So, but we really have to get out of that mind of ignorancy. We have to get out of it, and we have to realize that we can't live in that anymore. We have to face reality at some point, and I'm not gonna lie, the reality sucks. It really does. But it's reality. And if we wanna just wallow in our ignorant bliss, then we're just gonna wake up one day back on the plantation. Like that's where we're gonna wake up at, because I don't think this government and these racist soldiers, these racist terrorists, they're probably at their wits end. They're probably like, what can we possibly do to these black people for them to fight us back? Like even when they gave you religion and they gave you this white Jesus, and even in that book, even in the Bible, it does not tell you to lay down and die. If you believe in Jesus Christ and that Bible and stuff like that, I don't understand how in your minds that it means just wait till you go to heaven. Just let white supremacy and terrorism and these cops, and just let them kill you, and just don't do anything mean. Like, don't even hold your vote because it might hurt their feelings. Just have no value for your own life. Because even if you do believe in the Bible and Christianity, there's a time for war, and it says that right in that Bible. I don't know what section or whatever, because I've never really been into the Bible, but it's in there. I assure you, it's in there. You can type it on Google or something. Everything's on Google. So you might want to Google that and see if there's a time for war up in there. But there's a lot of killing and slaughtering. Let me tell you, I did read majority of the Bible, not because I was into it or anything like that, but it's there and other people are interested in it, and there is a lot of killing. Okay, there's a lot of God telling people to kill, to go at war, to destroy all these people. So I don't understand how black people read that same Bible and we get out of it to not do anything, to pray for people. Like, they probably said pray for people one time in that entire Bible, and that's what we focused on. But I'm off topic with that one. But okay, but the Democratic Party, they love the stupidity. They love it. They love that ignorance that just keeps us coming back to them. They love the blind loyalty that just gets them our vote every year. They take advantage of it. And am I blaming them for taking advantage of it? Or am I blaming us because we continuously allow them to take advantage of us, when we could just not vote for them? And it just boggles my mind that so many people want to fight this, and they just can't even understand doing something different, when it sounds like it makes the most sense. So when you have a party, the Democratic Party, and they're constantly taking advantage of your loyalty, your ignorance, definitely, because I think most of us don't even pay too much attention about the stance of these people, what their beliefs are, what their agenda is. And if we did, we would realize that these debates don't have anything to do with us. This election has nothing to do with us. Nothing. We are not in their minds. We are not in their plans. They're not thinking about us at all. So, except obviously to further harm us. That's it. To further their terrorist agenda. That is it. Their white supremacist terrorist agenda, and that is it. That's all they're thinking about. Over 50 years of blind loyalty we have given to the Democratic Party. Over 50 years since we were allowed to vote. We took our little vote and we gave it right to the Democrats. And then we did it again and again and continuously and continuously and continuously. Right, it's like my head is about to explode thinking about this. Like, it's just, I understand if you're like 18 or 19 or 20 and you just don't really know what's going on. You're just like, oh, peace and love. And I mean, I've been there. You know, I've been where it seems like everything's fine. Well, even during that time, I was suing people for being racially discriminating against me. So it's there. It's out there. It's all the way out there. It's never been hidden. It's nothing that these white supremacists ever felt that they needed to hide from us. They never felt like they needed to hide their racism. All I'm saying is, like, stop being loyal slaves. Stop being so predictable. Stop letting the Democratic Party make your vote not count. Because then why do we have a vote? They're robbing of us of our vote. When you're giving them our vote, your vote, you're giving it to them and they're robbing it from you at the same time. Because you're giving it to them with the mindset that they're going to do something for you, that they're going to support your agenda. They're taking it knowing that they have no intention on doing anything to help you, supporting any agenda. They don't care. That's not their goal. So when they're taking it, they have that in mind. Trust me when I say they know that. It's just like, your vote doesn't count when it comes to getting your agenda across. It doesn't. Your vote doesn't count when it comes to getting equality, when it comes to economic security, when it comes to financially supporting these schools and programs in these predominantly black neighborhoods. Because let me tell you that money is allocated quite well in the white areas. Their schools have everything they need, from tutors to iPads to, I mean, they have what they need. Smaller classes. So know that the Democratic Party if they do pass any like tax levies or anything like that to allocate money towards the schools, they're still going to put that money into white schools. So if you think that that's part of your agenda that they're getting across, it's not, and it's not going to benefit you. So there's that. I just feel like, I mean, this Democratic Party has had such a huge disregard to Black Americans, to Black Americans' lives, to our children's lives, to our children's education. They've done nothing for us. They have no reason to do anything for us, honestly, if I really, think about it, because we're not making them. And it's like a child. If they don't want to clean their room, they're not going to clean their room until you tell them that they have to. And then if they still don't want to clean it, you have to like take something away. Like, okay, well, you lose your toys for a week. But if there's no consequence to not doing it, they're not going to do it. They're not going to clean their room. Why? They don't like doing it. And that's what you need to think about this Democratic Party. If you're not taking anything away from them, they're not losing anything. They have no reason to help you. They have no reason to change their behavior because there's no consequences behind not changing it. we really need to realize, we have to realize that we are at war. We are at war with the white supremacist terrorists. That's where we're at right now. We're at war, and we have to strategize at this point. And if other people, if you guys have any better ideas than not voting, I would love to hear them, because we can't keep coming and saying your idea isn't good, and we don't want to fight back, and we don't want to have a war, and we just want to be peaceful. This is peaceful. This is so peaceful. You can pray the whole time that you're not voting. I suggest that. If you want to pray and you want to really try to get everybody on the same meditation field and stuff, and just, that's what you should be doing. Not throwing away your vote. The Democratic Party relies on us year after year after year after year to be loyal slaves. They're not going to support any laws to benefit us. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to save our lives. They're not going to stop these rogue white supremacist terrorist cops from shooting us. They're going to continue their racial hate and profiling, and their nasty little things that they say that they know aren't even remotely true. Like when they try to act like all the guns are in, the hands of these gangbanger black people, when their own statistics show, their own FBI statistics shows that 70 to 80% of the guns in America are owned by white men. That's why they're not focusing on these crazy white supremacist terrorists that walk up in schools and walk up in malls and walk up in churches killing people. They're not focusing on that, because then they'll have to show you that these are white supremacists, that they're white supremacists, and they're fine with white supremacists shooting up schools. They don't have any limitation on what they will do. They don't. And so we need to realize that they're going to do whatever they can do. They don't mind shooting you. They don't mind killing you. They don't mind. You can be in church and they're showing you that. I don't care about your life. They're showing you that. And then they're lying about stuff that's so easily you can go find out that they're lying. But we don't. We take that all in and think, oh, well, I want the guns off the streets too. Well, the guns that they're talking about don't exist. Okay, maybe you have a few guns, and I've been to Chicago, and my sister just got back from Washington, D.C. I didn't see any bunch of gangbangers in Chicago. Let me tell you that I did not see them. She said she did not see any gangbangers up in Washington, D.C. Didn't see them. So most of their crap is fictitious. But I'm not saying that there aren't, some gangbangers. That's not America's problem. That is not America's problem. The entire world's problem is white supremacist terrorism. That is our problem. It's global. That's what we need to focus on. And a good way to focus on that is not voting in this election, because then we're telling them, you know what, we need to take a step back here and reevaluate things. And they'll hate that. They will hate it for sure. But you know what, them hating it, what are they going to do? Shoot us in the streets? Oh, already doing that. So we don't really have too much to lose from not giving them our vote, and we have a lot to gain. We have to just realize that we are giving away our vote. We are supporting white supremacist terrorism while we're doing that. And it's not saving our lives. We're still voting. We've been voting for the Democratic Party since the Republican Party gave us our right to vote. So I'm just like, I'm taken aback here. And I just take a leap of faith, okay? A lot of black people work on faith, okay? Just really take a leap of faith in this one, even though you can look at every Democratic Party and see what they've done for black people, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then you can look at watch the next debate. Just watch it and see how much of what they have to say, if any of it has anything to do with black people. That's what I urge you to do. Take a piece of paper and write down, okay, what of these laws are going to benefit black people? Because the stop and frisk isn't. And obviously that three strikes you're out thing didn't, and the and Hillary Clinton backing the private prison industry did not help. It helped incarcerate hundreds of thousands of black men and put them in concentration camps. That's what it did. It helped them to have black men back in slavery. Just in a different, instead of on the cotton fields, they're sitting there in a prison, but they're still slaves and they're in concentration camps. And none of these politicians are going to do anything to get them out because we're not making them. So we need to stand up and we need to band together and we need to say, we're done with you. We're not voting, and take it from there. Because once you take something away, then you have room to negotiate. We don't have any room to negotiate. And that's what we need. We need some room to negotiate. If you have any other ideas about what can we negotiate with, and please don't come with anything about hair or people walking in their clothes. None of that it makes any sense. That has nothing to do with anything. So please come with something that has something that's actually going to benefit us. Marching with signs that says Black Lives Matter won't do anything. If you want to march with signs that says white supremacy is terrorism, that will get their attention. That could work. But they don't care if you think your life matters, because it doesn't matter to them. Thank you.